Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22. It's Classics Puncher, and this is episode 33. We are in the final kilometers of Poly Normande. It's a race that we are picked to win. The team has demanded that we win, and the race gods have decided that I have a -5 race day condition on, so, good luck to me on that one. Just over the last only little punchy climb of the day, I fell off. Not the bike, but fell off the back of the front group because I can't climb for the life of me with the race day condition that I have. The only good support that I had for today was Calmajan, and about 20k ago, Calmajan, unlike me where I fell back, he fell off and crashed, and that put him behind, and it's too late. He's not going to come back up when we have one last time through that little hilly section, but unfortunately this time around we'll be pushing a lot harder than we are. But Venturini has just run out of energy, so we're going to be dropping him back. We just caught up to this front group, so Mifsud is going to lead this thing out, and these guys are going to end up on auto. And we're going to catch up to Mifsud with two riders off the front. And there you go. We are up in a position, and QAnon was with us. QAnon was just behind me. There he is. Okay. Alright, so I'm down to 2 support riders as we go to enter that with 11k to go, but there's only 36 riders left at the front. It's not a strong field, but it's going to be a difficult ask trying to get the win here with, 2 riders that aren't in good support the rest of the way. It looks like Gonan's going to drop off here. At least he kind of gave me a little protection through the climb. 36 riders now. 30 riders now. It's getting smaller and smaller. Gel for me. I'm going to be on my own towards the end, and that's going to be problematic as, Mifsud is all but done. And then 6k. So he's leading it out, but not leading it out with much conviction. 6k to go. This is slowing down, so it's going to waste my gel. It's already kicked in with 5k to go, and nobody is pushing right now. I think I'd almost be better off attacking here early, gently. Just let's go up. Just energy up. There you go. 3k to go. We're going to have to just kind of take this one from the front. 2k to go. 2k to go. Pushing a little harder. 1.8. There you go. And coming through. 1.4. Into the last k. And attacking. Do we have enough to see these guys off? Red bar's already gone. Nope. You see how quickly that drained? That -8 just... It was gone. It was gone. We had sprinted, and it lasted about 100 meters. 7th. Rather pitiful attempt on that one. That is one of the worst sprints I've ever seen from a rider who has 81 acceleration and 75 sprint. That was just... Red bar already deteriorated a bit before the finish because no team support. Calmajan would have set us up very nicely for that if he was still around with his +5 race day condition, and we would have had a much better chance. But to have the entire red bar gone in about 1 second. Yes, it started at half full, but that's just insanely fast for that to be gone. Such is life. We continue on. We're already into August, by the way, so hopefully a contract coming soon, and definitely the end of the season coming soon. We've got our first offer in still before the end of August. It's Total Energies. They want me back as their team leader with a $30,000 per month increase, so $53k a month. It's a hefty salary. However, not interested. We've been at the team way longer than expected. We were supposed to be moving to a new team every year, but we started with a very big team and a very big problem being on a big team, and it's really only this year that we finally become the leader. and finally had opportunities. And we've gone from, what was it, like 6 career wins in the first 2 years to 17, almost doubling our total from the previous 2 years this season. So yes, of course I'd be leader again, but having me alone does not guarantee that the team's going to make World Tour. And again, we were supposed to move teams year by year by year by year. And following the rule set, Total Energies is finally not, at the top, not even close. So we are going to bypass this and wait for an offer to come along. Theoretically, if we don't get an offer, we'll get forced back onto Total Energies anyway for the same amount that they're offering right now. So let's bypass and let's hope that that contract does come along. Good news, we've got our offer from Bora Hansgrohe, so that's where we're headed for next year. In a race that doesn't suit me properly, things have gone really well because on paper it does. We're at the Benelux Tour and we have cobbled sprint stages. So as a capable cobbled rider / capable sprinter, not necessarily great at either, but good enough at both, that on paper gives us a decent comparison to most of the field. Now there's a lot of good, strong sprinters here that are much better than I am. But using that quick sim through stage 4 of 7, we find ourselves in an unusual position. Now, I have not had a podium on any stage. Not one. There was a short time trial. Apparently didn't lose much time on that one. And through 3 sprint stages, where I've had top 6, top 7 on each, but there's been little time gaps, especially on the last stage, I somehow find myself now in the lead of this race by a single second. I wasn't on the last stage, but here I am, leading this race with a few stages to go. But none of them suit me continuing going forward. So we'll see where we're at in a couple stages. We may have a chance to compete for the overall win, despite doing literally nothing in this race. Now, I also do have an objective and started a fitness peak here, so it is giving me enough bonuses to make me a lot more competitive than I would normally. So we're into the final stage, and I am 1 second down on the overall lead, and the two of us have enough of a gap to potentially, depending on what happens with the intermediate sprint points, potentially hang on for a 1-2 finish. What order is going to be determined by the intermediate sprints ahead of us, including one just 10 kilometers into the stage. I have actually drawn a -1 on the race day condition today, as my expected is a +5 with the fitness peak and objective and all of that coming in. I have a lot of teammate support here for this race. Let's see if we can get somebody. It looks like Rue is right here, so we're going to follow Rue, and Rue is going to push on, and we're going to try to get some other riders coming forward up here to lead this thing out. Rue is a good one. Boudet is close and will be another good one as well. So let's go ahead and push right in. No breakaway. We're going straight in to try to pick up those seconds immediately and then back off for, well, a while yet. But no breakaway is going to be allowed to escape right now. We can't quite go too hard yet, as we do need Boudet to get in position to get that support. But we're down to 7.5K now, and just a few seconds behind those guys. But Rue's going to have to push up a little bit harder to negate what's going on ahead of him. There you go, Boudet into position, and you're seeing that next attack, and we're seeing it get down to within 5 kilometers of the intermediate sprint. Those guys sit up for the first time at 4.5K to go, so we're going to start pushing that much harder to negate whatever is coming. 3.5 now. All in for this one. We want to get all 3 seconds. 2.5 now. Okay, 1.4. Let's get Boudet sprinting. I want to get Rue to follow me. See if we can't get, like a 1, 2, 3 on this. Okay, and 800 meters. Oh, it's 6 seconds, folks. Okay. Now that is very noteworthy for what is to come later, because there is some time bonuses still ahead of us. You're looking at 1, 2, 3 checks here. 6, 12, 18 seconds through there, if we can go through those first, with just 10 at the finish line. I think these sprint points are going to be more important than the finish itself, as we are still not back into the field right now. That is Schelling, future teammate here, and Frisson. Alright, well, we've got quite a ways to go till the next one. I'm sitting up, but for now they are letting me into the break. Not where I want to be, but if the field isn't interested in chasing, I do not need to be in this break. We're going to sit up, drop back. I'll sit with the peloton, and I'll see you later in the stage. Just 5K away from the next sprint point. The breakaway has a minute 45 advantage. We will not be catching them as we enter the first cobbled sector of the day. It's short, it's sweet, but it is punchy, and that is definitely noteworthy as the field is already seeing a split. We'll see how many splits we get along the way, but also that front group is breaking up very, very quickly as I make my way through there, and for now actually dropped and alone, and only one teammate left ahead of me as we're about to make contact with that group. That happened really quick. Yellow jerseys in that front group. We've regained contact as the group comes back together, but it's time to get teammates in position, but we don't have teammates around us. So we've got to count on, especially Rue and Ackerman, to get back up here. Lacroix, I was not controlling Lacroix. I don't know why he's suddenly at a 70. See if you can't get back up here, but Boudet, Lacroix, Ackerman, Rue all getting dropped off. And I still haven't even got back into an ideal position. 71 in the group, 8 left from the front group. We've got another cobbled hill coming up, and we're going to have to push a lot harder going forward if we're going to get back up into position. In fact, let's start moving forward now. 17K till we get to the first of the triple intermediate sprints. And like I said, I think those are more important than the finish line, as long as we still make it to the finish line in the front group, being the other key to that one. But there goes Ackerman. So Ackerman's out, so now it's just Rue who could potentially get back here, and it's nearly 2 minutes behind for Rue. 3-star, uphill. Come on. I have a 70 mountain today. It's not great, but should be doing better than we are at the moment. I need to use sneak. Well, later on. Later on I very much will, but back into a front position and then sit up. There you go. Stuyven, Bettiol. Bettiol's one of the leaders in this race, so him being away is not good. But with only one teammate to support, there's not much of a chase we can actually offer. Rue, just a minute behind in the 14-man chase group. Lacroix in the other 14-man chase group just behind them. So that's 28 riders who could potentially regain contact in the next little bit. That would be a mixture of good and bad. So we have a very short cobbled sector right here. Yeah, not that short. As Nice on the attack. Rue and Lacroix have gained contact for the moment. 93 in the peloton. We need these guys up here. Just protect. That's all you can really do here. There are guys chasing at least. Is this the long one? It is the long one. Let's push. 20K to go from the end. Can I find a gap to get through here? Alex Howes standing still there. Is he spinning circles, or has he had a problem? Probably a problem. Hoituze is done. Down to 26. And here comes the 3 sprint points, but we are not in position to gain time. We are not in position to gain time. Who is, though? Who are we racing against? I gotta remember. Holgard. Nice is among those we are racing against, but Holgard was not in that front group, right? Yes, Holgard is not attacked. He is in my group. He's the yellow jersey wearer, so that makes sense. Holgard right here. There's 8 of the 9 riders off the front are just ahead of us. As we go through these sprint points, they are negating all the time gains that there would be from there that are threatening. Setting us up for, ideally, a sprint. Now just 5 off the front, and 4 more of those are just about reeled in here. One last sprint point coming up, and it is a punchy one. Or not sprint point, but one last cobbled sector. And it's a punchy cobbled sector. It'll be a good chance to attack. One rider left off the front. Guy who was already out front, whatever his name was. And we've caught Nice. 8.5k to go. That cobbled sector is where you want to attack. Not now, like these guys are trying to, but are they going to be chased? Yes, they're not getting away. Okay, easing my way forward as we go to head into that sector. 3-star, 700 meters. Let's attack. Are we attacking? Where's the attack? Like, I'm not even showing a sign of attacking there. Nope. Okay, 4 guys. Nice, Rutsch. I do not need to win. I do not need to win. Just need to get to the finish line. 2.7k. We don't have enough to really sprint or attack or anything like that. We've got 2k to go. We don't have much left in the tank, but if we can stay off the front of the followers, we are fine. We are fine. We are fine. Final K. We're not going to win this stage. We're probably going to get 3rd here, but if we get 3rd and cross that line, we're adding a 4-second time bonus. Nice is not going to pass us up. In fact, we're going to get 2nd across the line, and that will be enough for the overall win. Nice at most gains 4 seconds, so it's not a threat. It's fine. Bertuzzi all the way down to 43rd. I mean, that's our closest teammate. Rue still hasn't even crossed the line. Well past the top 60, 70 riders now. And there he comes in, 85th. Holgard. Ooh. Holgard? Holgard wasn't even in the front 3. How? How would Holgard claim the win? He was not in the front 3. We had left Holgard behind. Nice was in the front 3 with me. Holgard was not the 3rd guy with us. Was he? I certainly didn't see him. Head scratcher. We got a head scratcher, folks. Now, we gained 6 seconds, which is a 5-second advantage in the first sprint point. Finish line, 10-6. He gains 4 seconds. We should still win the overall by 1 second. Because the final grouping of 3 was the final 3. And we saw the list of names at some point there. Nice was the one who was there. I wasn't looking that close at the 3rd name, but it didn't look like a contender, which is why I kind of wrote off whoever the 3rd one was. Game was messing with me. Boy, oh boy, was it messing with me. Thibaut Nice and Rutsch. See, I told you Holgard was not there in the group. Holgard finished 14th on the stage, 35 seconds behind. Nice claims the stage. He is going to gain 4 seconds on me. We had more than enough cushion over Nice. Rutsch is going to move up the order a bit. And there you go. We claim the overall victory by 34 seconds. Nice takes 2nd. Holgard gets 3rd to hang on to the podium. Well, Van Aert was here. He only got 4th. And he was very much the type of rider that I am slowly growing into, other than the mountain rating being nowhere near what his is. In fact, none of my ratings are where he is at. So beating him is huge. That's a great overall victory for us with 0 stage wins on this one. And like I said, there at the end, I didn't mind giving up the win because I saw that Holgard was not there. So it was about, getting that advantage, that time gain, and just finishing towards the front. I had no problem working that last 3 kilometers and claiming 2nd on the stage because of what it gave us in the overall points. Third. Under 25s, of course, get the win there as well. As a team, we were 11th. And that is our first stage win, World Tour level, and first distinctive jersey in the World Tour. So that's a bonus 120 points. We get second on the stage, good evaluation, first, third, second, first, worth another 74 points. And just like that, we had just leveled up to 17. Now we are just about to 18, but we are at that point where it is 3 levels to gain attributes. This would be the second of. So as things stand right now, our future team, Bora Hansgrohe, is 11th in the head-to-head comparison for next season. You can see Quickstep, Movistar, Jumbo-Visma, Ineos, and UAE through, somewhere around this 5, 6, 7 range are the top teams. Bora Hansgrohe, not bad. They're, middle. Total Energies kind of staying put where they're at without us. They would obviously be a bit higher with us in the rankings, but I think they still would be short of World Tour most likely. In the individual rankings in the World Tour, which, remember, we just claimed our very first World Tour victory. We just moved up 47 spots to 18th. Van Aert just moved up 15 spots to 17th. And we are 1 point shy of 1,000 in the World Tour. It's Pogačar, Van der Poel, Dainese who are the top 3. Continental, we are still top. But I've not been focusing on that, especially we just had, no racing for almost a month and a half. And we're still top of the standings. But Sam Watson is very much closing in on us, along with a couple other guys that are coming along. And it's September. There's a few one-day classics left the rest of the way, so we might just hang on to our first ranking in the Continental. But a very quiet July through the end of the year is allowing others to catch up. But with that performance, 6th in the Super Prestige on a Continental Pro team. Continental Pro teams, I think Lotto Soudal are World Tour. I believe they might be Continental Pro. UNO-X, Johannesson, closest up here. Are they? You would think you would see them here, right? Don't see either of those two teams here. So I have a feeling we are the only one anywhere near the top of the standings from a Continental perspective. 14-21 have a really good season. Of course, there's a huge gap to the top 4. Pogačar, Dainese, Vingegaard, and Van der Poel. They have a significant point gap over the chasers, but we are right behind Roglic. Having a really good season from the Continental Pro perspective, and looking forward to what we could do next year, especially as we get that 1 or 2 more levels, get that 1 or 2 more attribute points. Next season will be my last for this series. I have my next series already planned out, and I'm actually, part of me has been kind of like, let's clear some space. I want to get going on it. I'm excited for the next challenge series because it has something to do with the features in the game. And the career mode one was supposed to really come down to the features in the game, and didn't really come down to the features in the game. Not showcasing it. It's a good challenge and having fun with it, but I'm looking forward to actually utilizing the 2022 feature, or one of the key features of the game, in the next series. 10 victories on the season. It looks like I might have had 8 over the previous 2 years, because I think that was my 8. It was 18 career victories. No monuments yet. Here's to hoping we can bag. That's the goal for next season, is to bag. We're not going to get all 5. We are definitely not going to get all 5. Not even close. We are not built for 2 or 3 of them at all. 1 or 2. So bagging at least 1 monument is my main goal for next season. And getting at least some jersey on here. Whether it's the national championships, Euros, World Championships, one of those jerseys and one of those monuments. That's what I'm hoping for. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.